Not your Barbie girl. I'm living in my own world. I am plastic. Call me classic. You can't touch me there. You can't touch my body unless I say so. Ain't your Barbie, no. Pull up to that dream house. God gate hills now. How much do you
Welcome
like
to The Joe Show. I am Joe, your host. We are living in a crazy, crazy world. We're talking politics. Just gonna get that out the way real quick. Hey, we're talking politics. If you want to watch it, you can watch it. If you want to listen to it, you can listen to it. If you don't, that's fine. Well, these are some very important issues that I feel are very important. And in recent podcasts, you've heard me talk about how I am a person who am for the people, right? I'm for the people. I want the rights of the people to be protected. That's what I want, right? I I don't care about your beliefs. I don't care what you think. We need to have an even ground of this is what the rights are, and they're written in stone. And are if they are stepping on anybody's right, it's wrong. That's what I think. I think the rights of the people. And I think I think we need to have rights that kind of help the planet. It needs to be fruitful. That's what I think. And if it's not hurting nobody, why the fuck do you care about it, man? I don't get it. I don't understand. I don't understand, man. Right now, we are debating in the Supreme Court if we should get rid of this abortion pill, right? Because they want women to stop having abortions, right? I Before we get started, I am just a person who has ADHD, right? I see something that a news story or I see something happening and I get interested in it and I hyperfixate on something and I do research about it, right? And I will do the research so that I can have an understanding because especially with this issue about abortion, me myself, I don't think I have a real big chance of going through it. One, I'm a man. I can't handle babies, right? Two, I got a vasectomy. I'm not getting nobody pregnant, right? The only way that that it would really affect me is if I had somebody close to me get pregnant or I got into a relationship with somebody that got pregnant, right? So I'm saying all that to say this. I really can't talk about it too much. I can only do research and try to understand to the best of my ability about issues like this. This is a woman's topic. I'm not a woman. And you might be saying, Joe, why are you talking about it on your show then? I'm talking about it because, one, I got a lot of men that listen to this show, right? I got a lot of men that listen to this show. A lot of men that are in the prime breeding age. That's what I'm going to say, right? That's who listen to this show. And we have to understand that women are not just creatures we're supposed to have sex with, right? Women ain't here to serve us. We need to understand that these are beautiful creatures on this earth. They're living and breathing creatures. They're like 10 times better than we are. And we treat them like crap. I don't understand it. I don't understand what are we doing, right? A question I really had about it was like, I'm going to get to that later. But there's this abortion pill. I can't pronounce it. I listened to it before. Try try to pronounce it. Blah. Can't pronounce it. But there's this abortion pill that these ladies can take once they know that they're pregnant, and you can take it between the 8 and 12 week mark, or in your 8 and 12 weeks. So your first and second trimester, I think, is when you can take this pill, and it could stop, or you could have an abortion with this, right? And I'm like, well, it's a fetus. What do you care? It's small. Why do you care about it that way? And they're saying this is wrong. The fetus has a right to life and stuff like that. I understand where you're coming from with that, but it's not your decision. It's not something that it's not something that you have to deal with. Why are you people trying to stop these women from doing it? And I got so into the research and stuff that the question that I asked myself was, why would they get abortions? What's the reasoning, right? I don't think they really need a reason. If they want to have an abortion, they can have abortion, right? But I was looking at the reasons. Some of them were medical reasons, like the fetus could have problems, which would also cause problems with the mothers. There's rape. There's incest. There's the I'm too young, right? I shouldn't have done all that, and I'm just too young. They're not ready. They got careers that they want to work on, right? And why should that be, prevent them from doing those things? Why should they have a reason? And people might say, well, women need to be more responsible. Women need to be more responsible. These women are trying to be responsible. You said y'all can't have abortions. Okay, we can't have abortions. Okay, there's this abortion pill, right? Basically, what you're telling women is you can't have sex. You can't have sex. Basically what you're saying. I feel like I'm rambling a little bit, but I hope you understand what I'm saying a little bit. Is that we are trying to take the rights away from women. We are saying women cannot make a decision about X, Y, Z, right? We got guys out here, we treat women like crap, right? That's what we do. We treat women like crap to the point, there was a post I saw on Facebook the other day. It was talking about, there's this girl, she said she would be more afraid of a man chasing her in the woods than of a bear. And somebody in the comments said, well, why would you be more afraid of a bear chasing you versus a man? And the girl replied, the bear could only kill me. And I sat back and I thought about that. I was like, man, that's crazy. These women out here who are human beings are afraid of us more than they are of a bear, because us as guys, we are gross and we are sick and we would do things, unspeakable things to them before we kill them. That's crazy to me. A lot of these guys out here say, well, I don't treat women like that. Yeah, but you're not doing anything to prevent it, man. What are you doing to change the mindset of these women? Not a goddamn thing, right? Not a goddamn thing. And on the top of us treating them like crap and having them be afraid of us, we are trying to prevent them from deciding if they want a child or not. I've talked about this many a times on the show. When I went to get my vasectomy, I had minimal questions asked, right? If anything, I had the doctors asking me if my partner was forcing me to get it. And if they were forcing me to get it, it seemed like the doctor was going to be like, hey, man, no, you can't get it because you were being forced to do this. But if a female goes into an abortion clinic or wants to get your tube tied, she's got this list of questions, and they don't ask no. They sitting there just like, hey, listen, let me tell you something. It's your husband. You can't get this. Well, why can't I get it? You can't get it because then you won't be able to procreate. And if you can't procreate, what would your husband think? What would your boyfriend think? Well, he not in the picture. No, we're not doing it. It's not fair. It's not fair, and it's not fair with nothing that we do, right? And it's crazy. It's crazy. Like, it's crazy. Like, as a minority, as a black person, there's a lot of the system's against me, right? The system is against me as a black man. I know the system's against me, but can you imagine being a woman? Can you imagine being a woman? And if you don't know what I'm talking about, if you saying, oh, women are treated the same, go fucking look at the black women on TV. You know, what we talked about a couple weeks ago, how black women are so strong and beautiful, but they can't get the same amount of money as white women or white men who don't do nothing, right? All I'm saying is the rights of people. We need to think about the rights of people. We need to think about the rights of living, breathing people who are on this earth, right? The fetuses ain't seeing the light of day. You got Alabama talking about these test tube babies and how they are real babies. Them babies ain't seen the light of day. Yeah, they might be alive, but they ain't alive. And that brings the question to me, like the question that I keep bringing, if you're going to talk about these, if you're going to start thinking about what is and what isn't a baby and what isn't alive, we got to start looking at other stuff, because I get very, very, I think about stuff down to the point, right? That's what I do. Like, if you say that the stuff in this tube is a baby and it's alive and it's breathing and stuff like that, well, what about this other stuff? Like plants. We out here killing trees. They breathe. They're alive. We shouldn't kill, right? These animals, they're out here. They breathe. They're alive. Well, Joe, if we stop killing trees, we wouldn't be able to build houses or make paper and have all these tools and things. If we stop killing animals, we wouldn't be able to eat, and have these clothes and things like that. I'm just going off of what you think, Let's do it. Let's go all the way. We're going to do something. Let's do it all the way. Let's do it all the way. Let's do it all the way. I think the reason why I'm so upset about it is because women are these women out here are trying to be responsible. These women they're so smart, right? Like, something will happen to them. Like, they will have sex, and then they will get pregnant, and they sit down and think about what's going on in their life, and they say, I'm too young. They say, I have a career. They say, that was a mistake. They were raped. They just don't want a baby. And people are basically saying, no matter the excuse, no matter how bad you don't want this child, you have to have it. And you should have been responsible. I just think that's crazy. Men treat women like crap, and they don't want to ever, they don't want to give them no loving. They don't want to have sex with men. And then when they finally do let a man have sex with them, and the man just finish inside them, and they have a baby, they have a baby now, we're punishing them for that. And guys, we ain't want to stay. A lot of us don't. Nobody's helping nobody. And then you've got like the foster care and the adoption. I mean, we're gonna have a bunches of babies out here who don't have any parents, because these people would rather these babies be born and left on the street. The government can't take care. The government can't take care of the people it got. Why is it trying to bring new people into the world? I don't understand. I don't understand why we're fighting this. Um, like I said, I'm for the people, right? I'm for the people. Women don't have the same rights as men, even though we might act like they do. They do not, and we as men need to do better. We need to show these women that we are there to protect them, that they can feel safe with us, that we are fighting for them and with them. That's what we need to do. But we don't. We're just dicks, man. It's stupid. This should not be one of the things women should be worried about. They shouldn't be worried about that if they get pregnant. Hell, there are women out here who want to get pregnant and they want to have babies. And they get pregnant, and then the baby starts to grow, and it starts having complications and things like that, and then it turns into a medical issue. These doctors are like, no, you can't get an abortion. Even though it is physically harming you, you cannot get this abortion because it's illegal. It's just stupid. It's ridiculous. And anybody want to talk about this on either side, it's the same thing like with firearms. I think that everybody should have firearms, but what it basically comes down to is, are you responsible? Are you responsible? And that's the difference, man. That's the difference. You know, these ladies, they're trying to be responsible. A lot of them are. A lot of people are being responsible, right? When it comes to sex, a lot of people are being responsible. They just, they just make a mistake. Condom breaks. Day after pill don't work. Your birth control don't work. Stuff don't happen. Now you're having a baby. Like, people are trying to be responsible. A lot of people in firearms, they are trying to be responsible, but it's just worse. When people are irresponsible with firearms, it's worse. That's why I talk about that side a lot. Do I think people should still have the right? Yes, I do. I think you should have the right to have a gun if you want a gun, but like I say, with great power comes great responsibility. I don't know. I feel like I'm rambling on this episode. I had notes and things, but guess what? All my notes are on my phone, and usually I don't do video, so I really can't, look at them. I need to get a second monitor in here. But am I rambling? Am I making sense? In my brain, I'm not making sense, but literally, tell me, am I making sense? I don't have all my facts and stuff here in front of me, so I can't make sure that I'm accurate, but I did read a lot, and I can't believe that we're going through stuff like this. Like, there's a lot of crazy stuff going on in the world, and nobody's really talking about it, right? We just had this boat just hit this boat in Baltimore hit, right? The same day that the Supreme Court was talking about this issue, and Trump's stock goes up, man. That's what we had, and more people were more concerned about the boat crashing into the bridge. I know 6 people were missing and 6 people died, and I'm very sad about that. But we're talking about the lives of all these women all over the world, right? That's what we're talking about. We're talking about Trump, whose stock went up, and that could probably pay for his 450, or it could help pay for his 450 million bail or bond or whatever it is. And this motherfucker could be president again. I don't know. I just think we're worried about stuff we shouldn't be worried about. You're worried about this goddamn boat, and we're literally helping people overseas commit genocide. You're worried about this boat, women don't have rights. You're worried about this vote, we could literally have the next Lex Luthor as our president. Or we can have the lady who was in that wheelchair in the SpongeBob episode talking about chocolate as our president. And you worried about this goddamn boat. We have literally people in Texas trying to make laws so that they can arrest people who are suspected illegal immigrants. Going back to the year 1793. We got so much crap going on in here. We got these prices are people are working their asses off and they can't afford housing or food. There's a bunch of homeless on the road. There are so many other things happening in this world that are super, super important, and we were worried about this goddamn boat. I don't know how many people are in the United States that are struggling right now, but we're worried about these 6 people. Again, I'm not trying to diminish these 6 people passing away or these 6 people missing, but we gotta look at this. We gotta look at the big picture. There are so many other things going on. I can't believe that we're worried about the 6 people that are missing or died on that boat that hit that bridge, but there were literally thousands and thousands of little kids and adults and women. They're dying over in Gaza. And we're supporting that. You know, there are people here who are trying to live. You know, they have gone through the process to become an illegal or a legal American. They've came from Mexico, and people are raiding their houses and arresting them, thinking, "Oh, you might be an illegal," type of a deal. There are ladies out here trying to get health care so that they can be healthy and live. And we're denying them that. We're worried about 6 people. I don't know. We need to get our priorities straight. As a country, we need to start thinking about we, the people. We as people. That's what we need to worry about. We need to take better care of the people here. That's what we need to do. I don't know. Like I said, I feel like I'm rambling. I feel like that it's off my chest now. So, I guess we can end the show. Or I could talk about something else. I don't know. Let's see what happens. Actually, let's just end the show. Guys, thank you so much for listening to The Joe Show. I'm Joe, your host. If you like more of this, you should check us out at Gateway Pro Productions on Facebook, Instagram at _Joe Show 20, and TikTok as of right now at _Joe Show 20. I've got merch coming out over at TeePublic, so make sure you go check us out at www.teepublic.com/GWP. We've got more merch, and hopefully I'll be wearing that merch here. Once TeePublic can see me, my goddamn merch, it'll be great. But go check us out, follow our other shows. I love doing this. I'm trying not to make everything so political, but it's very hard this year, man. But tell me what you think about this episode and all the episodes in the past and episodes to come. I would love to hear from you. And I thank you guys so much, so much for listening to The Joe Show. I will see you guys later. Bye-bye, everybody.